Hi, this is going to be a reading for Cancer. I already did a pre-shuffle. We have Surrender to the Divine, full moon at the bottom of the deck. If I remember right, we have a full moon coming up on March 3rd. I already did that kind of shuffle. I don't feel called to try and pull any more from there. I am, however, feeling called to Raven's Wand Oracle, and I didn't pre-shuffle this because I didn't feel it until I started on that. Hope you all are having a lovely Monday. A moment. And we have a moment at the bottom of the deck. Surrender to the Divine, a moment. Releasing that which wasn't assigned to you to carry, to worry about, to control. Taking a moment to find peace, to breathe, to go inward. Working through your fears. When we feel a need to control an outcome, it's typically due to fear. Let's say we're how do I want to explain that? Okay, say that a relationship is falling apart and you feel the need to do what you can to keep this person around. Whether it's through manipulation or holding on too tight. It typically has to do with fear of lack, loss. Same goes with anything that we hold on to too tightly. I just wanted to have a means of explaining that a little bit better. Taking to heart. Anything else that Cancer needs to know? One more time. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yep. Oh, that was a moment. A moment came out. We also got Sanctuary, which both of these cards speak to going inward. We have Taking to Heart, which means not taking another person's behavior personally. or, well, taking anything personally. Outcomes, circumstances, behavior. These ones are reversed. I'll have to look up the reverse meaning of those. I should show you the cards. All right, so we got work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio, and at the bottom of the deck, a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. And we got taking to heart. Queen of Hearts reversed. Raven's Wand reversed. A Moment upright. And Sanctuary. I'm also feeling called to read about many of these cards. We also had Judgment at the bottom of the deck, which means, what is that? A time for decision, a time to make a decision, to make hard decisions, life-changing decisions. Sometimes judgments being made for us. I'll probably read about that here in a little bit. Two of Wands came out with something else. I can't see it just yet. Okay, we got Nine of Swords and Two of Wands. Are you experiencing some mental anguish over a decision you have to make? Temperance is at the bottom of the deck, asking you to find balance. Which is also what these cards are asking you as well. A Moment and Sanctuary. I don't know what it looks like for you to go inward. That's going to be for you to decide. Some people need to take action in such a way of maybe exercise. Some people actually need to take a nap. Some people need to take baths, do yoga, actually sit down and listen to guided meditations. Sometimes people just need to be alone. You know, that'll be something for you to figure out what is going to be right for you in terms of finding your balance. Let's see if any more tarot wants to come out. Oh my God, I hate it when we get big wads of cards. Got the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Six of Spheres. That one's going to take me a little bit to decode. Four of Spheres. Four of Pentacles. Having a difficulty letting go. I'm seeing Sometimes I see this card as a means of reserving your energy, being careful what you give your energy to. But in this context, along with all of these other cards here, and talking about working through your fears, getting balanced, going inward in order to reconnect with yourself, I'm feeling this more in terms of fear of letting go to make a decision, because we have judgment underneath that again. But the sun is even under that, so through going inward, you can find clarity about what it is that you may be in denial about when it comes to this decision that you have to make, or being asked to make, or feeling like you have to make, wanting to make, avoiding making. I see strength and death, and then victory. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and read up on some of these to see if there's any additional messages that come out. So we have Moonology, Raven's Wand, and the Black Tarot. Excuse me. What I love so much about the Black Tarot is it's designed to kind of work through some of those murkier feelings, the deeper ones, the harder ones. So I think it's really in alignment that I felt called to choose that. Also, I just want to note, a personal issue reaches resolution. The card underneath that, I noticed, it says nothing will come of the situation. With this being about fear, I'm wondering if this means that there isn't anything to worry about, and that's why you're being asked to work through your fears and, you know, find mental balance, mental and emotional balance. Okay, new moon in Scorpio. We have the wrong book. There we go. Full moon in Cancer. 74. Things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move toward your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge now coming to an end. This card also suggests that both a domestic matter or private issue will come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is a time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. Have you had enough family time lately? Well, this could be about family issues. Work through your fears. I wonder. I don't know if this has to do with a familial relationship. But I think that for sure, this is speaking on the heightened emotions and getting those balanced out. This means that with this card, there's a sense that all is as it should be, or don't worry, all will be well soon. Macy's in there barking. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit, so when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Okay, time to let go of a grudge you're holding, move on from jealousy, stop being obsessive. Could it be you're being paranoid? Make an investment. I think the make an investment part may also be really fitting. Like hoarding energy. Withholding energy due to fear, not wanting to make a decision towards something. And Six of Spheres also speaks to give and take. What was the other card that I saw? Excuse me. Surrender to the divine. I think we discussed that one fairly well. All right, we have independence on the bottom of the deck. Tiber takes a rest from chopping wood to greet a distant relative. His rustic lifestyle demands a high degree of independence, and he prudently stored away all he'll need for winter. It's reassuring to know we can rely on others, but often we have to stand on our own 2 feet, like Tiber, even if it's just to prove we can. There's great satisfaction in doing things yourself, so now is the time to take command of all those small details in your life. Keep track of them, too, as good organization is a cornerstone of empowerment. I'm having a hard time integrating this one. I'm having a hard time feeling into this and what it may mean. Let me read the other ones to see if that helps. I think I'm only going to read the Queen of Hearts reversed and Raven's Wand. The other ones I remember quite well and felt connected to. So I'm going to read the ones that I didn't feel connected to for these. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Reversed. The moon looms large. There are 13 moons in the year, but only 12 months. There is a clash between the natural and the artificial. Something is at odds in your life. Two ideas are in conflict. You need not sacrifice one, but you must decide which takes priority. Deciding what you want, deciding what's important to you, which one has more importance to you, which is going to provide perhaps more of the fulfillment you're looking to have, which one aligns most with your values. Raven's Wand. This makes me... The Independence card kind of reminds me a little bit of Sanctuary. A little bit. And it's making me feel like I'm getting more of a feeling of standing on your own 2 feet in regards to what it is that you want. This card, reversed. Whichever way Colfinia appears, her swirling hair hints at the dragon energy all around her. Trust that there are influences surrounding you, and they come not from otherworldly, disembodied beings, but from your own faith manifesting as power. You are the power. And I think that's part of the reason why you're being asked to work through your fears, because you know what you give your energy to is what you manifest. That's why you're being asked to balance out. Okay. Alrighty. Now, with these two, 10 of Cups and the 7 of Swords, I typically see the 7 of Swords as someone hiding their feelings. Guarding one of their feelings. Looks like, look at that. You can't tell that it isn't there. This person's hiding it behind their back. So and this person also isn't looking at that sword. Perhaps in a way they're hiding it from themselves as well, even though they know that it's in their hand, but still. Keeping it put away, I guess. Maybe keeping your true desires put away. Then we have the 5 of Wands. Conflict and competition are necessary to keep moving forward. Figures battle one another as a test of strength and courage, competition and conflict. How does that fit? As a test of strength and courage. Sorry, I'm having a hard time connecting to how that fits. I need a moment. I did notice that there is some conflict, some talk about conflict in the full moon in Cancer. Emotions running high. Things not necessarily being easy. So I'm wondering if maybe there's someone you're not getting along with right now due to hiding your true feelings, or maybe you're feeling conflicted inside because maybe you don't want to expose this thought, this feeling, this sword. You could be feeling conflicted about give and take. It could be conflict with another person about give and take. What am I seeing? I think so. I think that makes a lot of sense. Feeling conflicted about a decision that you have to make. Feeling conflicted about sharing. Making a decision to share. All right, I think that I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. But yeah, like I said, I'm seeing someone who's going to be working through their fear around a decision that they have to make, or a decision that they're dealing with. But first, they're needing to find a moment to reconnect with themselves, to reconnect with what it is that they want, to rebalance themselves, because right now is not necessarily an easy emotional time. This person is dealing with fears around sharing their energy. Fears around having something to offer. Even though deep down there's a desire for this 10 of Cups. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and leave that there. Like I said, I'm going to attempt to stop re-clarifying this. I am personally having a little bit of a hard time connecting to this message fully. It's a little bit blurry for me, but I hope that there are some things in this that will help you. You have the power to do whatever it is that you end up deciding to do. So I do hope that you choose to honor yourself, even though it's difficult. There are reasons why we have a hard time giving ourselves over like that, and it's not easy to be vulnerable, to put your heart on the line, to take a stand for what you want. And sometimes a lot of us have spent a great deal of our lives keeping that side of ourselves hidden due to wanting to protect it. So I'm wishing the best. I hope that you have a good night. Thank you.